Okay, guys. So I transferred coin to a wallet address, like a BNB to a wallet address, and it never reflected. It took, let's say, 2 hours. The coins never reflected. 3 hours never reflected. Why on the other wallet it has shown sent? So in this video, I'm going to show you how I managed to recover the. Glory be to God, I did recover the coin. So I'm going to show you every details of what it took me to recover the coin. And the mistake I made and what you should avoid yourself so that doesn't occur to you, as in that doesn't happen to you. This crypto revolution is really shocking a lot of person, and most times some of us will believe that we already know too much about it. Meanwhile, we don't know nothing about it, and when we try to transact, we end up making a lot of mistakes. And even those of us that tries to know at least something or one or two about it, as update comes bit by bit, things begins to change. A lot of things changes, and we make a lot of mistakes. We do something different, and some of those things can really makes us lose money. Most crypto traders lose money. A lot of crypto traders loses money every single day. So one just has to be careful, because one thing about cryptocurrency kind of stuff is when you lose your money, you have lost that money. You don't have customer care to recover that money for you. You don't, unless there is just a way, okay? Unless there is just a way, but once you have lost, you have lost. There's no way you can recover it. So I'm going to show you how I managed to recover the coins that I mistakenly sent. Not that I mistakenly, I sent to my wallet address. I was transferring it in between two wallets, from one wallet to another, and it was actually the right wallet address, but something was wrong. I'm going to tell you what was wrong and how I was able to recover. So, in case this happened to you, you can find this video detailed enough to guide you, from making such a mistake. And if you have made a mistake already, this video should be detailed enough to help you recover your coins. So, the next thing you're going to see is we're going to dive right into my phone, because
This is what happened, and this is what I did exactly. The fund that was transferred from Trust Wallet to my MetaMask wallet. All right, and I didn't know that the what MetaMask wallet was on what they call it on Ethereum network. Now, this is what it means. Like different wallets are on different network. We have a Binance Smart Chain network, which Trust Wallet is on, and then we have MetaMask is on Ethereum network, which it doesn't mean you cannot add other network. You can add other networks, and then what again we have a Tron network, and there are a whole list of them. So okay, you can see this is this is the Ethereum net. This is the Ethereum. Okay, this is the network. The MetaMask account here. You can see what I just did here. I've done some other transaction here. Alright, that's why you're seeing that balance here. So I transfer BNB, so it never reflected here. Like nothing showed. Like there was nothing here. It didn't show anything. Like there's a BNB or maybe something was transferred. So if you go to this the settings and you go to network. Okay, all the network I just mentioned now, you can see some other networks here. You can see here we have Rustin test and then Rovan test and all these ones. I think they are all test networks. So you can see that it is boldly on Ethereum network. Okay, yeah, it is boldly on Ethereum network. So what I have to do was I discovered that my Trust Wallet wasn't on MetaMask. What do they call it? Smart Chain network. So there's not how the Ethereum would have reflected here. All right. So the Ethereum didn't reflect here because this account was on the Ethereum network. So what I had to do, which I just had to go to setting, which took me a lot of time. So because I've done this before, so it should be simple recording it right here. So actually, I've deactivated the network so that so when I add it up, you will see the balance will reflect it. A different balance will reflect, which is on that network. All right. So what I had to do was I had to go to settings and then click on network and then add new network. All right. So here we have a new network to add. So now what we have to do now is we have to go and search for smart chain network. All right. So you have to go to Google, which I can't remember the link exactly, but I'm going to provide it here. Let me say smart chain smart chain wallet metamask. Okay, I think something like this. Smart chain. All right, let's click here and check it out. So I have to scroll down. All right, no, we're not looking for testnet. We are looking for metamask network. All right, configuring the wallet. Okay. All right. So this is what we are looking for. Mainnet. This is one you probably are looking for. All right. So this is exactly what we are looking for. We are looking for MetaMask Smart Chain. All right, mainnet. So now, the name of the network here. The name of the network is Smart Chain. All right. I'm going to write that. Then the next thing here is network new RPC URL. So this I'm going to copy this. All right. So I'm going to tap on it and then copy it. Then go back to MetaMask. First of all, I need to, each time you log out of this wallet, you have to log back in. So, all right, so I'm gonna write the name of the network here, smart chain. All right, so mind you can give it any name, but let's leave it at smart chain. All right, so I'm going to paste that RPC here, and then come back, and the chain ID is 56, and then the symbol is BNB. I could decide to give it any symbol I want, but let's give the way it is so that you won't get confused. So I'm going to copy this one that looks complicated. That's the block explorer URL. So come back here. Remember 56 and BNB. All right. So the smart chain is 56, and then the symbol is BNB, and then I'm going to paste the URL here. All right. So I haven't done that. So I'm just going to add a network. So click on add. All right, so you can see I just added the network now. You can see now that BNB has reflected here, but there was going to be there. This wasn't there before. So the next thing here is one more thing. After doing this, guys, you can see BNB receive sent. All right, BNB has reflected, but there are some okay, you see the Ethereum is here. So in the scenario, there was this scenario actually the Ethereum wasn't here, all right. It was like this. After adding it, the Ethereum was still not reflected, all right. It was still not reflected. So what I have to do is you click on add token. That if this happens to you and you've sent everything in, and maybe you've done this and you've added the network to MetaMask, all right, but you can't still find your coin. So what you have to do, which is what I had to do, was to click on add token, and now what you're adding is Ethereum. So in most cases you wouldn't find it, all right. So what you have to do is go okay. So I'm gonna have to save this link for you guys. So what you have to do is go and copy the contract ID. You can type in Ethereum contract, or the best way, just go to search again. So guys, I have to go through my trust wallet to look up this. All right. So when you send a smart chain Ethereum to Trust Wallet, it goes in as an Ethereum peg, okay, because you're using the EP20 network. So now I have to look up for this Binance peg Ethereum, contract ID, and that's what we're going to copy and paste there. So okay, so what we're looking for is Binance peg Ethereum, all right. So I'm going to have to exit here, all right. Oh, this stuff is off. Ethereum, Ethereum contract address. All right. So here we are. Okay, like I told you before, you can go through BS6 scan. All right. So here we are. So this is the best place you can find it, and not on coin market. All right. So if you scroll down, you see the contract ID here, because that's what you're saying. So when you come back here, just come back to your MetaMask. Of course, I still have to use fingerprint to open it. All right. This is so copy here. Let me highlight this, delete all, and let me just paste it. Now it's supposed to just come up. Okay, now since it is not appearing in this search, all right, so we're going to have to add it as a custom token. So Can you see? All right. So maybe if you try searching it in the search and it's not coming up, then it means you have to add it as a custom token. So you see, once I just pasted that, the symbol immediately came up, the Ethereum symbol came up, and the token precision ID came up, which means that it's a valid token. And most times you just have to add that by yourself using Ether. You write Ether, you write the precision and whatever token precision. But this one just came up on its own. That's to tell you that you did copy the right thing. All right, so I'm just gonna have to add it. All right, so now you can see it's added up. You can see it down here. All right, so whatever that you sent to this address, whatever you send to this wallet, whatever amount will definitely appear here. Like you can see in the video that I'm showing you, like that I'm displaying here. So now, you can see it here. Okay, you can see. This was the amount I actually sent. All right, this was the amount I actually sent. All right, you can see it here. So what I have to do is, haven't gotten this. Note that your balance here will still be showing zero. Your balance here will still be showing zero. Now that's because you are on Smart Chain Wallet and this is Ethereum on Smart Chain Wallet. And on Smart Chain Wallet, you use BNB to send a coin, okay, to send coin out or send coin in. Alright, so what should be reflecting there is BNB. So your balance there will still be reflecting $0. So what you have to do to send this Ethereum, that if you want to send this Ethereum out of this wallet and convert it and do the right thing, what you have to do now is you have to send some BNB to this, at least 0.5 BNB to this BNB network. All right, you can just outrightly copy the address from here. All right, you can already copy the address from here or go through here and copy it. All right, so you cannot send 0.5 BNB or at least 1 BNB. Okay, $1 BNB or $0.5 BNB. All right, what of BNB? So when you send it in, then you have enough transport fee to transport this Ethereum. Else you can't withdraw the Ethereum. You can't transfer this Ethereum from this wallet. So having done that, then you can successfully withdraw your lost Ethereum. So that's exactly what what I did, and I was able to recover my Ethereum. Like you can see that I sent it and sent everything out of the wallet. So that's exactly what I do. So if you actually did send an Ethereum to wrong wallet, so that's how you can recover it. And one thing is you have to be in control of both wallets. That's one of the issues that is there. So and most people that are using you have to, whenever next time when you send coins to or token to any network, you just have to be sure of the particular network it's operating on. The person at the other end have to make sure that it's operating on the right network before they request you send token to them. And if you are using all these private wallet that you have to register with an email and does not have like a place where you can add a new network, it can prove a bit difficult. So in that kind of situation, you have to contact the customer care of that private wallet. All right, but this year, so this is the phone right here, and um, this after recovering it on my account, and I'm trying to transfer the Ethereum to Binance. So I have to copy Binance address and then paste there. I haven't transferred some $1 or $2 worth of BNB into the wallet. So I tried entering the entire amount, which was you can see there, but it was insufficient to go through. So I had to reduce it a bit, okay, to this level, which was good to go. And you can see, so if it has gotten to this point, let's say with you or anyone doing this, then you're good to go. And then at this point here, I enter sent, and boom, it went. All right. And this was the most exciting thing to see when you didn't imagine that you're ever going to get back the phone, and you see this happen. You're able to send this amount. So what I just kept doing here is just kept adding the fees just to speed up the transaction, and then you can see it's the amount of BNB taken there. You can see it's literally nothing. All right, so I had to go to my Binance. Remember, what I copied, the address I copied on Binance was BSBC. All right, so I had to go back to my Binance to keep refreshing and refreshing and to say it reflects. All right, so as you all know by now, any crypto transaction take a little while to reflect as different network has to confirm. So the best way I had to go through this was that just to click on the history there. So That's me trying to refresh my Binance account to say, hey, the funds will reflect. So it went on and on and on and on and on. So I had to go through the transaction. Okay, you can see it through the transaction that there is a transaction coming in, which has already started showing one confirmation. So which means that the transfer was successful. Actually, it was successful. So in a short while, if you see me refresh my Binance account, you see that the transaction was actually confirmed. So if you're going through this process, you can see 7 confirmation by now. The funds have reflected in my Binance account. So if you are ever go through this kind of hassle or ever have this kind of experience, I believe this video should be a guide enough for you to be able to recover your funds back to your Binance account. All right. So this kind of wallet that doesn't have customer care here, you just have to help yourself out. So thank you for watching my video, and be sure that you subscribe to my channel. If you are not just subscribed by now, please do subscribe to my channel. If you love my video, subscribe and like this video and share this video. I have more amazing content like this that will help you in your cryptocurrency world coming up. So be sure that you're tuned in. So see you in my next video.